Hi, everybody, and welcome to 2020 with Kyla. I'm wearing my unicorn sweatshirt in celebration of day 13, and it's Friday, so happy Friday. Oh, here's my unicorn sweatshirt. La, 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 la. And this part is furry. Okay, so day 13 is all about the letter J. Looks like this. And I thought we'd do a couple things. I thought we'd talk about our J word, which is judgment. And I thought we would use the J word to just also review A through I. So if you've been with us since the letter A, fist bump and high five. If you haven't, no judgment. I think it'll be helpful. Feel free to get to it when you can. But yeah, also this is going to be a great review. Okay, so let's talk judgment. I think the word is so funny because I'm always like, is there an E after judge? No. Apparently there isn't. So I always have trouble spelling it. But I just wanted to share some stories with you before we get into it. So some of you may know I graduated from Harvard in 2006, the master's degree. And shortly before I got accepted to Harvard, and then I told everybody, there were two sides of the spectrum in terms of judgment. One side was, oh, you must be really smart. You must be really intelligent, and that's why you got accepted. And on the other side, this is a interesting story I'll share. After I graduated, I was a tutor, and I worked for this Korean American family, and then they referred me to another Korean American family. And I had this sit down with the new Korean American family, and they wanted me to tutor their son and daughter. And the entire family was there, mom, dad, daughter, and son. And, the dad was asking me a bunch of questions, well, you graduated from Harvard. Why are you a tutor? Why are you just a tutor? That's another J word, just. And I won't go into that conversation, but suffice to say, they did not hire me as a tutor because they thought that my Harvard degree was fake because it was in Latin and not in English. So on either side, whether it's seemingly positive or seemingly negative, judgment really doesn't work for us as humans, right? It's not great when you feel judged, and it's not great when you judge others. And I've certainly been on the side of judgy wudgy was a bear. So why do we do it as humans? Why do we judge people? Well, it goes back to our ancestor brain. We were hunters and gatherers, and we lived in tribes. And in order for you to survive, you judged people. Oh, well, that person has really good hunting skills, or that person doesn't, so I'm going to stick with this tribe, and so on and so forth. And you worried and you stressed about being judged by others, because if you were ostracized from the tribe, well, what would happen, right? Well, you wouldn't be able to hunt alone, and then you would die, right? So we aren't hunters and gatherers anymore. Well, most of us aren't. And we do still carry this with us. This panic of people are judging me. That's why people's number one fear, more than death, is public speaking. And that has to do with judgment. What are people going to say about me? What are people going to think about me? What do people think about this YouTube channel? right? Okay, so I hope that's helpful to explain why. Now let's do a little bit of review of A through I and how judgment plays in with that and how it's related. So A, when we talk about A, we talk about, we can think about acceptance, right? We talked about the triple A method, awareness, acceptance, and action. Well, when judgment is less, there's more acceptance, right? And if there's more acceptance, there's more action, right? And then we talked about the B word, blame. That was a big one, right? The blame, complain, justification cycle, right? So if there's less judgment, there's less blame. Then there's less complain, and then there's less justification, another J word. Okay? Then it comes to C. If you recall, communication was our big C word. If there's less judgment, you can communicate better with yourself and then with others. Brings us to D. We talked about depression. That was a big D word. Well, if there's less judgment, right, there's less reason to be depressed, right? So your depression will go down. And then we talk about E words like energy, right? Right? So if there's less judgment, then your energy is better. Your energy is just like flourishing and you're attracting better energy around you, right? It's just like a win-win. Then the F word, forgiveness. I like how my hands naturally went like this. I have a great article that I wrote for Thrive Global. I'll include it in the link in the comment section below. But the relationship between forgiveness and judgment is like a seesaw, this one. So if you're super judgy and like have high judgment of yourself and others, you're less likely to be forgiving, and then vice versa. Okay? And then we have the 3G network, as you may recall. It's like giving, gratitude, and growth. Okay? Less judgment, amazing 3G network. Okay? Then we talked about H words, health and happiness, right? Less judgment, health and happiness goes up. And then finally, I'd like you to recall I. We talked about how when you change the subject from other people to yourself, that can really reshape your story, your narrative, and your life. And similarly, less judgment of I helps less judgment of others. Okay? So, for your assignment, your self-work assignment, this weekend and just today, I'd just love for you to feel what comes up for you and with you when you are looking at other people. So try not to be like that creepy person, but you're going to notice, right, that your automatic is to just be like, oh my gosh, look at that person's hair. Look at that person's unicorn sweatshirt. Who does she think she is? And then just try to like replace it with something positive. Like, I bet she's a very unique person. Something like that. Okay? And then just notice how that changes in your body, how that shifts your energy, and all the A through I stuff. Okay? Awesome! Well, happy Friday, and we'll see you back for day 14, okay?